What's up, guys? Long time no see. This is Rock Var hanging out with you here on DC Universe Online. I apologize for not being around much for the past couple of weeks, guys, but Christmas got away from me. This year was the first time that Bodie was old enough to actually enjoy Christmas, so we got into the Christmas spirit. We ended up doing decorating and shopping and all that good stuff, gift wrapping, and it got to the point where I didn't have much time to do anything else. So what I thought I would do is try to do a little bit more streaming this week leading into the new year, and hopefully get things rolling back on a regular schedule again. I did not mean to leave you over Christmas, so for the folks that I didn't get to talk to or I didn't get to see, hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. I hope you guys got to spend some time with your family or your loved ones, or whoever it is that you cherish the most in the world, and I hope it was a great holiday season for you guys. I am right now getting my advanced settings ready to go in just a second, guys. I'm sorry. But today, I'm being a little quiet because Bodie's taking a nap. It's afternoon. I'm doing an early afternoon stream. I'm on vacation from work, so I'm able to have a little bit more time here during the day to hang out with you guys, at least for a couple of days anyway. And get everything all set. We will be ready to go. I'm going to save my changes, then I'll be able to jump over to the chat. Today, what I'm planning on doing is, because I know there's a lot of people out there who are just starting to do the style stuff. And this is something that my brother's been doing for a couple of years now. He's had a blog going on Tumbler for a couple of years called Look Iconic DCUO. You can look him up there to see he's got multiple Earths. I want to say he's probably got all 52 and more up there at this point. And so he's getting ready to start his own YouTube channel, and he's getting ready to start doing his own streaming. And so I thought that I would come on and start to show a little bit of his creations that he's done for me, so that you guys can get an idea of what he's capable of and do some cross-pollinating here. Hopefully get you guys interested in what he's got going on as well. Also, because I see that there are quite a few channels now that are doing styles that are good, but they're not what I would want if I was to make a toon. So I'm going to show you what my ideal version looks like. I'm going to show you each piece. I'm going to show you the color numbers and everything. That way you guys, if you feel like you'd like it, or if it's something that you think is cool, you can jump in here and make some tunes of your own that are similar. Quickly in the chat, we got Connor Creed. What's up, man? Jeffrey Lane. And he says, hey, can you send a shout out to my friend Carrie? Shout out to Carrie. What's up, Carrie? DCUO's Peter Parker loves me. He says, hey, say hi to Lida and Bodie, which I will do. And Connor Creed says his internet has been weird, so he may randomly get quiet in the chat. That's all right, buddy. No problem at all. But so let's get started here, because I'll tell you what, after the stream and maybe a little bit during it, I may do a couple of streams today. That's my plan. But I'm making some gumbo, some actual real ingredients gumbo. I bought everything separately. I've got shrimp, I've got chicken, I've got sausage, I've got onions, spices. I'm gonna chop all this stuff up, and we're making us some Var household gumbo soup tonight. So that's what I'm gonna be doing between streams. And then later tonight we'll do the regular, play some content and that kind of stuff. I don't know how long this afternoon stream will be, probably just long enough to say hi and show off the style. But then tonight we'll get into some gameplay. I promised you I will not let you down. I will be back. I know I say that many times. I'll be back, and then you guys get a message from me. Oh, I fell asleep. I swear to you, I will be back on. So this is my SupermanJLA. This is the new improved. He occasionally gets some updates. This, for the most part, when I'm looking at it, this is ideally what I would want Superman to look like. I would like the S to be a little bit bigger, and I'll tell you how that can happen. Well, I'll tell you right now, the Stalwart Defender top is excellent for the S shield. It makes it look really like it should. Nice, big, broad across the chest. It is what I would say perfect outside of the lines running through it and the kind of metallic-y, armory looking look. I don't like that. I like the look of the top that I'm wearing right now. Everything except the shield. I like the muscle definition. Because I don't want to see my Superman. I like the I don't know if you guys remember the JLA comic books that came out where they were just real stocky and just muscles. They looked like He-Man toys, basically. And I dig those. I dig the comics. We have the action figures. I think it's JLA Confidential. I'm not sure. I dig that, but that's not what I want my Superman to look like. Like, the suit that Henry Cavill wore in the Justice League movie, in my opinion, was overkill. Henry Cavill's a ripped dude. He is buff. He does not need all those fake-looking muscles on his outfit. They could have just put him in a shirt. Ideally, what I would want would be something similar to what Brandon Routh wore, with more of like Henry Cavill's body definition. But so I like the way it makes the chest look. I like the way that you can see kind of defined abs, but not really. I like the way that the arms, you can see the muscle, but it's not just bulging out everywhere. Because in my whole thing with Superman is he's not strong because of his muscles. It's not that the more he works out, the stronger that he's going to be. It's all based on his powers, and so, or basically him being a power battery, a solar battery. As he has absorbed the yellow solar energy, he's become stronger, and that's the reason he's strong. It's not because his physical body is stronger than a human's. It may be slightly because of him being Kryptonian and the difference in the atmosphere and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's the fact that he is a super-powered being. And so I like to think on Krypton, he'd just be like every other dude, So I don't need to see huge muscles on my Superman. So this is the scuba top that I'm wearing, and you can get that from the marketplace. You can actually get all of the scuba gear, which I have, with all of my tunes. If you buy it on one tune, you get it on all of your tunes. And I use this top a lot. This is one that basically it fits almost every character. I use this one for Batman. I would use it for Green Lantern. I just love the way that it looks. The other cool thing about this shirt that maybe you have a hard time with is that it does not cover the hands. One of the initial problems that I had in creating a Superman back before we even had the emblem was the fact that anytime you put on a top style or a shirt style in DCUO, it seems like, to me, the hands are covered. And what ended up happening was I would have to put on gloves, and then I would have to make those gloves flesh colored or try to match the color of my skin as much as possible. And as you know, that's almost impossible to do, because even when you match the color exactly, the texture, the glossiness of the material on the gloves ruins it. So you end up with some really goofy, fake looking hands. So it was almost as though, he looked cool when you were standing back, but once you got up close, you realized that he had these gloves on it. It looked like he was a freaking clown or something. I made him have big, huge-looking hands. So one of the main reasons the scuba works for me is that your hands are not covered. There's no designs on the shirt. It's simply just a cool-looking, you can see the divots in it, kind of. But outside of that, there's not a lot to it to distract you from the fact that there's a huge S on your chest. And that's what, to me, when I look at Superman's chest, I'm looking at the S. I don't want to see funky scrolling designs running up his sleeve. I don't want to see shit around his chest and his abs and whatever. I want to see a blue top with an S. So, Tim Clark says, what's up? Nope, I'm not on Xbox One, Tim, but this game is on Xbox One. I'm reading the chat to you guys because I don't have it on the screen, so you can see the style better. Legendary Superman, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being on. And so if you're making a list as I go through this, the first piece is scuba, which can be found on the marketplace. Of course, the second piece that you're going to need is going to be the Batman v Superman emblem, which is no longer available. So if you were lucky enough to be playing the game when these came out, for the Batman v Superman movie, and you were a legendary character, and you got the Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman logos, you have this. If you did not get it at that time, right now you're shit out of luck. The only thing I can say is they do have the Superwoman logo that's right now that is in the time capsules. You can get that. Somebody flew by earlier that had that on. It's not horrible looking, but it really doesn't look like the Superman emblem. Outside of that, what I used to wear before this emblem came out, I think, was the ram head. If you check the colors just right and make it almost like as you're about this far away, it looks like the emblem. So you can always use that if you have to. But I'm showing you what I'm going to be showing you in this video is, assuming you have all the access to these parts. So you need the BVS emblem. You need, obviously, the scuba top, unless you want to use another kind of top, which is fine. You can use whatever you want. The pants that I'm wearing are actually available when you start the game. So as soon as you're able to pick a pair of pants, and typically what I do when I'm starting a character, even if I know that it's not something that I'm going to want, I pick these up. The game, it is kind of difficult to get them, because I think with the Rock Var, I did not pick them from the beginning, and then I ended up having to complete a certain mission to get them, and it took me quite a while before I finally got a hold of them or figured out even what they were. But I'll show you. This might be a better way to do it. These are the new Genesis style pants, which are the briefs or whatever, if you want to call them, the trunks I like to call them, that are red, and then it gives you the different colored legs, and they, in my opinion, they match the top pretty well as far as the definition of them, the pattern. It looks pretty good together. So, and then what you'll notice here, the belt is really a main part of this outfit. There are two ways that you can go with the belt, and I'll show you why. So, first of all, this is a Checkmate Informant belt. This belt is only available as a drop from the vault. So the only way you're going to get this is to go do a drop, go into the vault until it drops, and I don't know if it's considered a rare drop, but it took me several years to get it. So it took me a while. So if you are, my intention would be to get this belt, because in my opinion, it's the one that looks most like progress report. What's up, buddy? Progress report. DCUO's Peter Parker's still on. Progress report is doing a bit of plugging there for his channel or her channel. I'm not sure. I'm assuming his, and a giveaway that they're doing. So you can check out the chat for that. But anyway, so the Checkmate Informant is what I consider the best looking belt for the job. But I also used for a while, I think it's the Scion of Ion. Yeah, the Scion of Ion. The Scion of Ion will work too. It doesn't look horrible. The thing that I don't like about it as much, just that it's a little bit bigger, the circle in the middle, which is kind of cool. But also you can see that the red lines, there are much more of them. And when you're wearing the Checkmate Informant, it looks more like how pants would, the belt rings or belt loops. That's what that's supposed to signify. So that really kind of sets off the whole look to me, because without the belt, if I were to go and say, we don't want any belt, it just is kind of blah. Doesn't really give me the effect that I'm looking for. So we'll go back and we'll do the Checkmate Informant. belt. So that's the top, the belt, and the pants. The belt, those are three things that are essentially free either way you go. The belt is going to be a drop from the vault if you do that one. If you do the Scion of Ion, that's going to be one that you get as tier gear. The pants you can get in the beginning of the game. The boots, you can go a number of ways with the boots as well. You can see, I don't know if you guys recognize what I've got on right now for boots or not. These are actually the Beyond boots. These are the Batman Beyond boots. And I thought they looked so good that I decided I would try and use them on Superman, and they look phenomenal, so I'm keeping them. I also use them now on my Batman toon. And so, yeah, they are going to be a little bit hard to get. You're only going to get them from the Gotham Time Capsule, or you can buy them off the broker, and, you know, it's expensive. I get it. Thanks for subbing, Tim. I appreciate it, buddy. Don't forget to sub, guys. Also, progress report. While you're shouting out for subs in my chat, I hope you're subbing to my channel as well. Not to be a dick or anything, but it would be nice. My brother's blog is called, it's on Tumbler, and it's called Look Iconic DCUO. And he is getting ready to do a YouTube channel, so I just looked at the logo for it the other day, and it's awesome. So thank you, Progress Report, and I will sub to you as well. I appreciate you, buddy. And feel free to do any plugging. I wasn't trying to be a dick. I don't mind you doing plugging and stuff in the chat. That's cool, because we're all here for the same goal. We all love each other in my chat. Not like that. But anyway, so I'm using the Batman Beyond boots. You can do that, or you can use Stalwart Defender. Actually looks pretty good. I'll let you be the judge of Nuclear will work if you do all red. I didn't like seeing the lines as much. Stalwart Defender works pretty well, but I don't like the lines. I don't like the heels. I don't like the front part. It's just a little goofy looking to me. So that's why this is what I was using, though, for the longest time, was the Stalwart Defender. But, you know, whatever you do there will work. Let me go back. I guess I don't have to. Yeah, I want to go back to my Batman Beyond. Beyond High Tech is the name of the style. And then the back is probably the simplest thing of all, is the House of L Warsuit back. And the reason that I do it is because the Superman Justice League comics that I'm trying to model this character off of, he had the S on the back. Some of them he doesn't. I don't even think I don't know right now if he does or not in the comics. But there's been a lot of time that's passed that he hasn't. Even in the movies, a lot of times he doesn't have the S on the back. And so this gives, you know, this kind of tells you which version that my character is. And but again, you can go with whatever kind of cape style you want, just as long as it's whatever version of Superman that you're going after. But to me, the hardest part, and that's tier gear, guys. I think that's like T3 or T2. I'm not sure, but you get that as tier gear when you're leveling up. And so, but pretty much to me, the hardest part about making a Superman toon is not so much what you're wearing, because as you guys kind of can tell and probably know from playing the game, you can get a look that looks very similar, and distance is your friend. It's kind of like ugly girls. Distance is an ugly girl's best friend. Distance is a toon's best friend when it comes to making iconic toons, because from back here and, you know, in the shadow, you wouldn't know necessarily if that was actually the Superman emblem or not. So if I had to use the ram head or whatever other emblem that I was doing, you know, if I had to use a different belt, or if I had to use different boots, or even different pants, if you don't like the classic style looking pants, you can pretty much make them look very similar to Superman, as long as you get the colors right. The colors is probably, to me, the biggest part of the whole thing. And this is where I have the most problem, because I am not colorblind, but I guess I just don't get colors the way everybody else does. It's really hard for me to match something. I will think that it matches, or I will think that it looks like what it's supposed to, and it can be off just the slightest amount, and then I go and look at something that my brother's done, and I'm like, Jesus, dude, that is exactly what it should look like. Like, he is just the man when it comes to creating colors. And so he did most of this suit, everything except the boots. He told me what belt to get in the beginning. I didn't have the belt, but he did everything here, including the skin color. So I'm going to walk you guys through the color patterns, so that if you're interested and you want to write it down and keep it for later use, you can. If not, you'll always have this video to come back to. You can jump back onto my YouTube channel, track this video down, and rewatch to see what colors you want to make it, because in my opinion, he nailed this Superman. Now, I took they just had the new Superman update to his outfit in DCUO. I took Rock Var over there and I made a new suit for him. I'll show off later in tonight's stream when we do it. I've got an entirely new outfit on Rock, and it's more Superman-esque. I finally took off the top that I was wearing and put on the Stalwart Defender, put the actual Superman logo on. I've got a kick-ass cape. It looks very good, and I matched the colors up to the new Superman that they brought out in DCUO. And what I noticed about that guy is his yellow is a little bit more orange. The blue is pretty much the same. The red is kind of the same. It might be just a little bit brighter, but the yellow on that new Superman suit is just damn near burnt orange. And so on this guy, it's a lot more yellow. It's a lot more what it would have been like in the kind of early 90s, I guess, was when, because that's the mullet and post mullet Superman are pretty much my favorite versions. So it's like right after he loses the mullet and he's got the nice tight haircut. I like that one, and then I like the mullet Superman quite a bit, because he's got an achy breaky heart. What's he gonna do? He just came back from the dead. Anyway, so let's look at the colors and see what's up. So the hair color obviously is just black, and the hair that I'm using is Rockford. That's my favorite hair for Superman in the game. The hair color is just black, which can't be seen there. Can be seen here. So you can see when you make the color palette, it kind of almost looks gold. The yellow that I'm using for this one. The key to doing colors in this game, and I've learned this not only from my brother, but from SJ and from every artist that they've ever had on a stream, the key to making colors look cool in this game is going dark. Go just a little bit, take what you think looks cool, make it just a little bit darker, and you'll be on there. Because if you look at these, that looks like a pretty dark blue. It's kind of a goldish yellow. And it just, a little darker skin color. You can see here. I don't know if it'll show me. Will it? Yeah, so there's the skin color. 7E4825. It's not, it's not like he's got a sunburn, but it's also not like he's got pale skin either. It's a nice kind of like farmer tan that I would think Clark would have. The eyes don't really matter. You can make his eyes blue. You can make them red if you want to put emissive eyes on it and make it look like he's using his heat vision or whatever. But that's 005 EFF. It's just maxed out kind of baby blue. The hair is just black. Makeup, I have no idea. I didn't even know he had makeup on. But there, it's 680000. That's probably why he looks like he's got a little bit of a suntan. The yellow that's behind the S shield and for the belt is 5F5000, and you can type those in, guys. I don't know if you know that. If you don't know that, it is possible that you can go over there and type in exactly what number you want. So that's the yellow. The blue is 001859. And I think he totally nailed the blue. So that's the blue I pretty much normally use for everything. And then the red is 680000. Connor Creed thinks his laptop is dyslexic. It might be, buddy. You may have a short in the keyboard somewhere there. If it's you're hitting. That's weird. Of course, you're just talking about hitting the refresh button on. Maybe your Chrome needs to be updated or something. That could happen from time to time. So that's pretty much that, guys. I mean, that is my Superman, and I do. With him right now, I'm using heat vision. I've got the heat vision. I've got freeze breath. You can put any number of things in your loadout that you want. Typically, I'll go to flight and put a couple of. God, if I can find where everything is. No, I'm gonna just go back and forth through the same buttons over and over again. Here we go. I think I've got a couple things from flight in here. Maybe I didn't keep them. Nope, I didn't. So you can get the like whirlwind where he flies around in a circle. Just all kinds of cool little stuff that make him seem like more Superman-like. But this isn't so much about the loadout as it is just the outfit and the look of him. So that is my Superman, and you guys have seen, I've got a number of tunes that are that my brother did that are iconic tunes. So I'm going to start doing a little bit to give a shout out or kind of a prequel to his up and coming channel where he's going to go and do kind of the same thing. I don't know if it's going to be live, but what he's going to do is start bringing on the outfits and showing you guys how to make them, and hopefully you guys all are interested in looking at that too. But you know, to each their own, but I know there are a lot of people out there that like making iconic tunes, and I see a lot of attempts at Superman that I kind of shake my head at. Not that they're bad, it's just kind of like, oh, that was a good old try there, but kind of didn't go the way you wanted. Now, a lot of what I see, like out at Little Bohemia, there's a lot of Snyderverse looking Superman, and so I haven't done that. I'm planning on doing it with once I get the Stalwart Defender and stuff. I'm going to do a couple other different versions just to say, hey, what's the hey, look, there's Captain Majority. Here's, this could be the BVS Superman, or this could be the New 52 Superman, or whatever. We'll do some different versions, and then I'll show you guys. I just did a Clark Kent with this guy. This is my Clark Kent. I'm super proud of him. I did this one myself, so if it looks horrible, that's why. But I was just trying. I looked up a picture of Clark from the comics, and I just basically tried to copy it as much as I could. It was hard to do the tie, because his tie is normally like checkered or multicolors, but I just went ahead and went with the red. So what I want to do, and what I'll probably end up doing in the future, is doing some kind of like little Superman stories where we can see he hides behind something and comes out and he's got his Superman costume on. I went ahead and gave him oh shoot, now I forgot what it's called. Go look at our iconic powers. Super strength. I forgot what the word for super strength was. So what I was trying to do was do a thing where I could toss a car out in the water and then go down there and like I was saving them, and every time I did it, the freaking car exploded. So I was like, damn it, you can't even set a car down without it exploding. It's kind of messed up, but eventually I'm going to do some kind of little goofy stuff like that where it's like Superman Tales. Maybe not even voice it. Maybe just do like some pop-ups, like, you know, a pop-up like a comic book type of thing, like a motion book comic book or something. So so that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream, but I will be back later tonight. It'll be a full hour stream. It'll be gameplay, probably play with Rockvar, do some of the new content, because I haven't done crap when it comes to new content yet. But right now, I'm going to go cook up my Creole special. Tim Clark says bye. I want to thank everybody for being in the chat. I'm going to run through your names here. Tim Clark, Progress Report, DCUO's Peter Parker. We had Connor Creed on the stream. We had, let's see, I know we had some more. Dun, 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 dun. Casper Ghostman was on. Oh no, I didn't say hi to Casper when he said hi. I'm sorry, Casper. Casper was in the stream. We had somebody else on here that I know I wanted to say hi to. Legendary Superman was on the stream. And then the first person in chat today, Jeffrey Lane, was on. Thanks for joining, Jeffrey. Who was first in the chat? Oh, it was DCUO's Peter Parker. You win the award for first in chat, and that award is my congratulations. Look, Superman 52 is naked. He's fresh off the boat. He's probably not fresh off the boat, but he is naked as a J Superman. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Give it a like before you take off. The video will be up on YouTube probably here in about another 20-30 minutes, and I will be back on to do a full stream later tonight in DC Universe Online. Thank you guys again for joining me for Lyda and Bodhi. This is Rock Var saying play on.